country. Friday, October 18th, part of CBS Premiere Week on CBS.
A spooky evening and morning may be ahead. I'll time out when fog creeps in and out. Plus, how weekend weather is looking for special events. Live from downtown, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, the Harris Walls campaign makes a stop in Lansing today, trying to reach voters with their Reproduction Freedoms bus. Plus, Jewish students at the University of Michigan are feeling scared after an attack on one of them that appeared to be based on their religion. We'll hear how they're trying to make their community safer. And the Daily Press holds an expo for seniors at Escanaba, informing them about what the resources are available to them. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
All right, Air. I said earlier that I might actually enjoy these chillier temps we've been getting, but now that we're approaching midnight, I've changed my tune a little bit. How are we looking right now?
Oh my goodness, friend. Okay, we've got some showers that we saw earlier this evening. Most of that activity, though, has cleared out. Here's a look at that current radar. We're looking for mostly clear skies this evening. Could see some clouds moving in later on, and then those temperatures in the 40s and 50s currently, some low 60s. We're going to see that continue to drop on down this evening. However, we are actually above normal. We'll see that continue into next week. Some chances of showers coming next week as well. We'll figure that out with that 7-day outlook coming up and after the break.
All right, that sounds good to me, Air. The Harris Walls campaign's Reproductive Freedom Bus Tour made a stop in Lansing today. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy was there and has more for us on how the Harris campaign is working to reach voters with just 42 days until the election.
Gwen Walls and Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel took the podium today at Lansing Community College to talk about reproductive rights and what they believe is at stake this election.
We are doing this by lifting up powerful stories and sharing why this fight is just so personal for so many of us.
Stories like Hadley Duvall's, a 22-year-old from Kentucky and a survivor of sexual assault. At 12 years old, Hadley found out she was pregnant, and in 2014 still had the ability to see a doctor in Kentucky to receive an abortion.
I didn't know what that meant. I was 12, but I knew that that meant I would be okay. But now, women and girls across this country don't get to hear that. They don't get to know that they will be okay.
While former President Trump takes credit for the overturn of Roe v. Wade, he says he still believes in exceptions for rape, incest, and protecting the life of the mother. Nessel also shared her story. She says that after finding out she was pregnant with triplets, she was told she would have to abort one of them to keep herself and the 2 other children alive and healthy.
I never expected that to happen to me. I never expected to have to make that choice, but I thank God that I had the ability to do it.
Different guests have been appearing at stops across the country to share similar stories, encouraging voters to cast their ballot for Harris and state and local representatives who are in favor of reinstating Roe v. Wade protections. The bus tour is expected to make over 50 stops before November 5th to continue to win over voters in battleground states. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
A group of Jewish students at the University of Michigan say they're feeling more unsafe on campus. A 19-year-old sophomore was attacked on September 15th after revealing his faith to a group asking if he was Jewish. Jack Springate reports from Ann Arbor where this attack happened, telling us how Jewish students are seeking safety in numbers.
Students are taking it upon themselves to look out for their fellow Jewish classmates by organizing walking groups that will be on standby if anyone is feeling cautious about navigating campus alone, especially following a violent attack on a Jewish sophomore, as well as vandalism to the Jewish Resource Center behind me.
This weekend, I actually felt the most unsafe I've ever felt in my life.
Ethan Zuckerman couldn't shake the image of one of his fraternity brothers beaten and bruised after he revealed his Jewish faith, wondering if the same could happen to him.
I'm like a tall, big guy. Like, I never thought it could, but like, it's happening to my friends who are also tall and big just because they're wearing an Israeli star around their neck. So you know, you never know, and it definitely felt the most real it's ever felt for me.
The population of Jewish students at U of M is the 5th most of any public university in the country, according to Hillel.org. And one of those students is organizing volunteer walking groups through WhatsApp to make sure others that share his faith don't have to navigate campus alone.
Hopefully we'll get all Jewish students on campus to join, and then from there on a case-by-case basis they can reach out and have individuals who are volunteers working in the group to come get them and walk them home, or walk them to other buildings on campus so they feel more safe.
U of M Regent Jordan Acker had his own experience with anti-Semitism in June when his law office was vandalized in Southfield. However, he tells me these efforts might do more harm than good.
Of course, the fears are valid, but we have to make sure that we're not over adjusting to them, that we don't have a need for vigilante groups.
Gabron rejects the notion that this is a vigilante effort, saying volunteers will only be activated to accompany Jewish students who request them, not to provide security.
We're not a vigilante group. We're not an attacking, a violent group at all. Anybody who participates in those kinds of events will be removed and reported to Ann Arbor Police and to U of M Police, because that's not at all what we're trying to do.
Ann Arbor Police say they're still investigating the September 15th incident as a bias-motivated assault, and they urge anyone with information to help provide leads through their silent witness system. Gabaron says the goal is to have a volunteer base of roughly 50 to 100 people for these walking groups. In the meantime, several Zionist Jewish organizations, including B'atar USA and Shields of David, are offering an $1,800 reward for anyone who comes forward with information leading to an arrest in that September 15th incident.
Twice a year, the Michigan Supreme Court travels to various cities around the state to hear oral arguments in cases before them. The program is called Court Community Connections, where members of the public, including area high school students, were invited to witness the proceedings at the Northern Center today. The case today was the People versus Jeffrey Armstrong, where the defendant is appealing a gun possession charge stemming from a 2020 incident in Detroit. Justice Kyra Bolden believes connecting with the community is essential.
But what? I'm here as a part of the Community Connections program. We actually do this twice a year, and we go different places in the state to make sure that the community understands what the Michigan Supreme Court is about and how we go about making determinations on our cases.
Area high school students were able to ask questions of the attorneys involved and meet the judges at the reception in their honor. Today, Delta County seniors learned about services and resources available in their community. The Daily Press hosted its annual Senior Expo at the Highland Golf Club. Attendees heard from the Delta County Cancer Alliance, OSF Healthcare, Lake House Assisted Living, and other local organizations. While many don't currently need some of those services, presenters say it's important for seniors to prepare for the future.
Sometimes if they wait too long to listen to some of this information and act on it, it can make life harder for them. So if somebody is offering some kind of service or information, take that advice now and don't wait until it's an emergency.
Seniors were also able to help others in their community by donating non-perishable food to the Seventh-day Adventist Pantry in Escanaba. A new business is bringing beauty and wellness to Manistee. WZMQ Escanaba Bureau reporter Lily Simmons has the details.
Business owner Laura Everhart and her team are putting the finishing touches on downtown Manistee's newest addition, LJ Aesthetic Studio.
Since COVID, people have really been searching for ways to feel better and just really want to help people feel their best, not just, on the outside, but on the inside. And this is just an alternative to improving our overall well-being, mental health. There's some clinical benefits to it as well, but when you feel good about yourself, it helps.
The studio is part salon.
Pretty much anything you can think of in the beauty industry. Pedicures, manicures, massage therapy, hair treatments, and lash and brow.
And part med spa, with services including anti-aging and clinical laser treatments, microneedling, filler, and first of its kind in the UP, hair restoration.
We have super exciting technology called the TED, which actually helps regrow hair back for men and women. A lot of people suffer from that, even though it wasn't really what I was going to start out with. It's such a great thing that we had to bring it on right when we started.
The Med Spa will host a grand opening Wednesday evening from 5 to 7, with specials, cocktails, and a look at the studio's state-of-the-art consultation technology.
It's actually AI that will read the surface of your skin and down to deeper levels and helps identify issues that you might be concerned with, and then helps us pick what services would be best for you.
Everhart wants LJ Aesthetic Studio to be a safe and rejuvenating place for everyone.
We don't have places like this in the UP. It's pretty fancy in here, but we designed it for everybody. Upers can have great skin, men can have great skin. We want to give them a little bit of fancy, but this is a very comfortable place to come, and they're all very welcome.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Manistee.
A new Marquette bakery held its ribbon cutting for its official opening today. Honey Baked Bread, a new bakery on 3rd Street in Marquette, held a soft opening in August. It offers a variety of gluten, soy, and dairy-free treats. A UP mother started making this kind of food due to her and her son's dietary restrictions. As these safe and tasty treats grabbed the public's attention, the owner outgrew her kitchen in March and quickly moved into what is now Honey Baked Bread.
And of course, to make stuff taste good enough that someone who may not have to have gluten-free, they keep coming back. Yeah, spreading inclusivity, making sure that everybody gets to have a cupcake at their birthday.
The bakery is open Tuesday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Air has your first morning weather forecast coming up after the break. Plus, the spotlight remains on Boeing as they attempt to quell fears surrounding the safety of their vehicles. And drug makers appear on Capitol Hill to explain why weight loss drugs like Ozempic cost much more in the United States than in other countries. We're back after this.
Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Who'll be there when the final whistle blows? When the final votes have been cast? Who'll be there when we need a warning or a laugh? Will you? Start a career in the broadcasting industry. Whether it's on air or behind the scenes, there's a world of opportunities waiting for you. Be there as history unfolds. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy premium vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Tonight.
But enough about me. Let's talk about you. What do you think about me?
Steven's got Kate Winslet, and Jude Law takes the Colbert Questionnaire. New tonight on CBS.
Okay, ideas. Where are we going?
I got one. I got one.
What about a comedy show?
I've seen you, I've swiped on you. No. Okay?
Tacos.
Definitely tacos.
The all-new Camry is 100% hybrid. Lease one now for $299 per month or get 4.99 APR financing. Find your vibe in the all-new, all-hybrid Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Ever wonder what people are thinking?
If he could only read my mind.
I know.
He's a mind reader.
On WZMQ CBS.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Now, award-winning WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather with Air Statistic.
Here we go. Aurora Borealis once again shining bright down us. We do have some chances of clouds moving in this evening, and that fog could be a little bit patchy, especially in the wee hours of our Wednesday morning. As we get into tomorrow as well, we do have chances of seeing the aurora. Look at that KP index tonight hitting around 3.67, which is fairly weak, but still possibly out there, especially if you are up in the Keweenaw Peninsula where it could be concentrated tomorrow as well with that KP index around 4, so a little bit higher for chances of seeing that. Right now, our current temperatures are in the 50s, Manistee cold and tight to that 60-degree range, and then we do have fairly calm winds, which are changing to westerly and northwesterly winds for the next couple of days. Could be a little bit chilly as you wake up around 5 a.m. Iron River, and especially along that Wisconsin border, Michigan and Wisconsin, we're seeing those mid-40s, maybe dipping down a little bit further than that. fairly clear in Escanaba, and then we do have some sprinkles possible overnight here in St. Ignace. The rest of us staying pretty dry as far as that is concerned. So will that fog impact your commute tomorrow? Let's take a look here. Around 6 a.m. we could see reduced visibility in Munising as well as along Lake Michigan and even in the interior and over on the northwest coast as we've changed some of these forecasting conditions. 1.7 mile reduced visibility there in Munising around 8 a.m., 9 a.m. before things kind of clear out. Now, I did mention we could see some sprinkles continuing this evening into tomorrow in the further eastern corner of the UP, but overall we're expecting mostly sunny skies on Wednesday, a fairly clear evening as well, and then Thursday looks just about as pretty. We've got sunny skies and then again clear conditions for that Thursday night. I know it's maybe boring for some of you, but I will take it. Now tomorrow, we've got that hint of fall around the morning and midday. Temperatures 52, 63 by midday. Here in Marquette, we'll hit around 66 by 4 p.m. So yeah, you may need a warm drink early on in the morning, and definitely bundle up your student or loved one if they work in the early morning hours. Might have to catch the bus or walk to work. It's going to be a little bit chipper out there. But as we look at the temps for the next couple of days here, we are slowly climbing up. Look at Iron Mountain hitting close to 80 into Saturday. Marquette will hit around 73 on Friday before we dip back down to around 70, but nothing to complain about there. And then we also have the Walk to End Alzheimer's on Saturday. WZMQ is a proud sponsor of that. It looks like it might be a brisk walk for some of us with those 60-degree temperatures, but mostly sunny skies. We'll continue with that. Chances of rain coming early next week.
All right, thank you, Air. The Federal Aviation Administration told House lawmakers today Boeing has a ways to go on its safety overhaul program. It's the first of 2 days of hearings about the airplane manufacturing giant. Boeing has been under the microscope since a mid-air door plug blowout on an Alaska Airlines flight back in January. Whitaker told the panel Boeing's safety culture improvements could take 3 to 5 years. The FAA capped production of the 737 MAX to ensure those changes are made.
What we're looking at is just to see that there's a real safety culture, not just safety's first as a slogan, but a real safety culture that permeates everything that's done and comes first before production goals or operational goals or mission goals or financial goals.
Whitaker testified 90% of his agency's budget goes to sustainment, not new systems. The CEO of the company that makes Ozempic was on Capitol Hill today, asked by senators why the popular diabetes and weight loss drugs are so much pricier in the U.S. compared to other countries. Natalie Brand explains the drug maker's CEO put the blame squarely on insurance companies.
It is a profound moral issue.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders opened the hearing drawing attention to the high costs of popular diabetes and weight loss drugs made by Novo Nordisk. A Senate committee report found the monthly price for Ozempic in the U.S. is more than $900 compared to $59 in Germany, while Wegovy costs over $1,300 in the U.S. compared to $92 in the U.K.
Treat the American people the same way that you treat people all over the world. Stop ripping us off.
The company's CEO, Lars Jorgensen, blamed the U.S. health insurance industry, specifically middlemen known as pharmacy benefit managers, or PBMs.
Yeah, for every dollar we make, we give 74 cents to the PBMs, insurance companies.
Jorgensen testified that when Novo Nordisk significantly dropped price of another drug, U.S. insurance companies stopped covering it. Republican Bill Cassidy is also a doctor.
So we need to make a serious effort to navigate the network of perverse incentives throughout our healthcare system, including taking a substantive look at health insurance benefit designs, price transparency.
High prices have led some employers to stop covering Wegovy. Traylene Williams started taking the drug in 2021 after struggling with morbid obesity, but lost coverage in April.
That's like a mortgage payment that I simply cannot afford.
At the hearing, Sanders announced he received commitments from major PBMs to keep covering Ozempic and Wegovy, even if Novo Nordisk substantially reduces the list price.
No, don't go away. Mike Ludlam has your look at sports after this.
I'm Melissa Slotkin, and I'm running to be your next U.S. Senator. My life in public service started on 9/11. I joined the CIA and served 3 tours in Iraq alongside our military. I came back to work in the White House for 2 presidents, 1 Democrat, 1 Republican, serving whoever was my commander-in-chief. For me, service is not about partisanship. It's about doing what's right to protect our country. I approve this message because I refuse to let politics split us apart. When we work together, there's no problem we can't solve.
My family's been in business for 70 plus years. We really needed to stress that this is not just a running store. Our running shoes are good for everybody.
It's about the people out in the community who are in the workforce. All those people really benefit from the proper footwear and structure that a running shoe can provide.
They might come in limping, almost like a miracle, walk out of here dancing. It's more than shoes. There's a caring that doesn't exist in a lot of businesses anymore.
Riverside Chrysler wants to know, what drives you?
The pursuit of adventure.
The support of family, friends, and community.
The thrill of the open road.
I love all the power.
It's Ram Power Days, and Riverside Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has up to $11,065 in total savings on a new 25 Ram Bighorn.
Come on down to Riverside Chrysler of Escanaba.
See for yourself what drives us.
Attention auto workers. Kamala Harris wants to end all gas-powered cars. Crazy but true. Harris's push requiring electric only is failing big, and Michigan auto workers are paying the price. Massive layoffs already started. You could be next. President Trump's committed to protecting America's auto workers, standing up to China's unfair trade, fixing the economy, and ending inflation.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Good evening, everyone. The Upper Peninsula Cross Country Finals will take place in Munising on October 19th. The host usually has a preview meet for runners to come see the course ahead of time. The Al Harger Memorial was at the Pictured Rocks Golf Course in Mustang Nation this afternoon. 23 schools sent runners to Alger County, ranging from Rudyard in the east, Ironwood in the west, Hancock in the north, and yes, Marinette crossed the border to be the southernmost team. Boys' race started smoothly, and that was just fine for Chassel's Calvin Kidda. He had a big lead before the 1 mile mark and kept right on going. In fact, Kidda concluded the race before I reached the finish line, 16 minutes, 23.3 seconds. I barely made it to the line to see Beep C. Teeple of Marquette finished second just over a minute after Kidda. Most of Marquette's varsity was given the afternoon off. A tight battle for third saw Munising's Trevor Nolan edge Houghton's Burke Seagram by less than 1 second. Rudyard's Stephen Kirshner was fifth. That's him coming up right there to the numbers, where Kidda won by, just over a minute over Teeple. It was Nolan less than 1 second ahead of Seagren, and Stephen Kirchner of Rudyard was fifth. In terms of the team scores, Marquette your winner with Houghton second, followed by Gladstone, Rudyard, and Marinette. To the girls' race, and that race began cleanly as well, despite the fact the gun did not want to fire on the first attempt. A little bit of confusion. Great things about golf courses, wide fairways, so if runners swing their elbows, they probably shouldn't hit anybody to maintain their positions. Did not take long before Houghton's Tessa Raudiola established a lead in the first mile. Looks like about 10 yards at this point, ahead of Escanaba's Alicia Maybe as the girls headed down several fairways. Raudiola recorded another win, 20 minutes and 10 seconds, about 18 seconds faster than Alicia Maybe. Engadine 8th grader Molly McNamara was third, about 18 seconds behind Maybe. And after that was a pair of Houghton runners. And on the board, we'll show you that as well. The Houghton runners were Roman Trevino Pierlin and Sila Niska. On the team scores, Houghton won very easily with a score of 26. Marquette was next, followed by Negaunee, Hancock, and Marinette. Girls volleyball, Houghton Gremlins made the trip down to Marquette to take on the Sentinels. And early on, it was a good start for the Sentinels. Jumped out to a 5-0 lead thanks to Ava Mackey's kill. And that meant that Blair Zenner had to call timeout on the Houghton bench. Next, Houghton gets back into it now. Kia Markham, Lainey Johnson to Sophie Hebert. She gets that one off the block for the point. Marquette still up 5-2. Next for the Sentinels, Brianna Anderson will get a service ace, a 6-point run there. Marquette now up 11-2. Houghton, though, would get a service ace of its own thanks to Kia Markham, and that helped the Gremlins climb back within 17-14. But Marquette runs off 3 straight points after that. Brianna Anderson to, right there, there's Brianna. Rogan Rushka to Ava Mackey for the point. That made it 20-14. Marquette won the first set 25-17 and the match 3-0. To a busy volleyball scoreboard, Escanaba downs Gladstone 3-0. Calumet cruises past Ishpeming with the same numbers. Miley Kreider and Bailey Sundquist combined for 21 kills as Kingsford turned back Iron Mountain 3-0. In the Battle of Menominee County, or at least a part of it, it was Stevenson over Menominee 3-0. Wakefield swept Ontonagon. Ironwood a home victory over Lance 3-0. And it was Bessemer downing Watersmeet by those same numbers. Battle of Panthers, Ewan Trout Greek gets this one 3-0. Bree Bressenden had 15 kills for ETC. Did not get a score in Western County and Hancock, but I was faithfully told by a Facebook friend that Hancock did win the match. Lakeland and Hubble 3, Dollar Bay nothing. Jeffers over Baraga 3-0. Gwynn rallied from 2 sets down to beat Westwood 3-2. It was Mid-Peninsula 3-0 over North Central. Did not hear from Munising and Rapid River. Kearney Nato tops Spark River Harris 3-1. Superior Central drops Norway 3-1. Sault Ste. Marie over Brimley 3-1. Did not hear from Pickford and St. Ignace. And Maplewood Baptist over Ojibwa Charter 3-1. Boys High School soccer, Marquette over Iron Mountain. That was 8-0. And in girls tennis, Marquette gets revenge on Kingsford 5-3 and Negaunee over Escanaba 7-1. Tigers, afternoon game because they were afraid of rain against Tampa Bay. And second inning, Tarek Skubal strikes out a batter. Then Jake Rogers fires the second and eliminates the runner for a double play to end the inning. Bottom of the fifth, bases loaded for Wenzel Perez. Liner down the right field line is fair. Ground rule double. Trey Sweeney and Jake Rogers cross the plate. 2-0 Tigers. That would be enough. Bo Brisky gets the save, striking out Josh Lowell. Tigers win this one 2-1. Skubal is now 18-4, 7 strikeouts in 7 innings. Tigers are still tied with Kansas City. Royals edge Washington 1-0 in 10 innings. Minnesota lost again to Miami 4-1. Brewers won. And in case you haven't heard this one, you might want to. For the first time ever, as far as I can tell, the Michigan State women's soccer team is now #1 in the country. Congratulations to the ladies down in East Lansing. They've been working hard. They were 5th just a week or so ago, have moved up all the way to #1. And we will be right back.
That westerly wind. For over 30 years, I was in your living room, bringing you tomorrow's weather through tough storms and sunny days. I'm running for state representative to fight for the UP and put Peninsula over politics. Our current forecast is gloomy. Rising inflation and energy costs. People are struggling. My plan will lower the cost of energy, gas, and groceries and bring balance to Lansing. My forecast is for brighter days ahead.
For most people, their second biggest purchase is their vehicle.
It matters what you buy and who you buy it from.
Selection matters.
Riverside has 7 dealerships and 10 different brands.
Certified matters. Shop our huge inventory of certified vehicles at riversidehasIt.com. Trade-in values matter.
Riverside gives you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us.
Selection, quality, and price. What matters to you matters to us at Riverside Auto Group.
Washington liberals like Kamala Harris are hurting our economy. They promote radical policies that raise taxes and increase inflation. while families in northern Michigan and the UP struggle with higher gas and food costs. Send this Marine general back to Congress. I'll keep fighting to lower taxes, cut wasteful spending, and promote policies that reduce inflation. Together, we can grow our economy and put northern Michigan and the UP first. I'm Jack Bergman, and I approve this message.
At the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's, this is why we walk. This is why we walk. They're why we walk. And you know what? This is why we walk too. We walk in the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's because we're getting closer to beating this disease. But to get there, we need you. Join us. Hey!
Well, we've got some fairly clear conditions out there, although a little bit cloudier in Manistee and along that Lake Michigan coastline. Temperatures for the most part overnight are going to be in the 50s and those upper 40s. Tomorrow, if you want to go fishing, sure, let's do it. Escanaba Waterways, we're looking at sunshine taking over around 9 a.m. until 3 p.m.-ish. Probably till 4 or so, and those temperatures around 67 by midday there, but the waves should be nice and low. So there you go. We've got patchy fog across the UP in the morning possible, and then some crispy cool temperatures around 50 for that average around 7 a.m. By 3 p.m. though, we'll be close to around 70 degrees for most of us. We could see some breezes, maybe gusts up to 20 miles an hour, and then hey, it's apple picking season for some of us, especially down south, Escanaba and Stevenson, where there are some great rock orchards there. Temperatures tomorrow, though, looking in those 60s and 70s.
Thanks, Aaron. And finally tonight, an unlikely likeness is now gracing the U.S. Capitol. A bronze statue of famed singer and songwriter Johnny Cash was unveiled this morning. It joins politicians and other historical figures in the Capitol Visitor Center's Emancipation Hall. Arkansas sent the likeness of its native son to represent the state. The members of the Man in Black's family were on hand for the honor.
He was a flawed but profoundly humble, kind, and compassionate man with a magnificent generosity of spirit who loved those who suffered because he knew great suffering and loss.
Cash said he wore black to honor the poor and hungry, prisoners, and those betrayed by age or drugs. The music legend died in 2003 at the age of 71. The Ring of Fire.
There it is. Okay, and a boy named Sue. Love it.
All right, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
Looking out across the UP, you know it's a place worth fighting for, but it's a balance. Protect our economy and workers and safeguard our way of life. That's why I support the Clean Water Plan to hold polluters accountable and protect our water. It's why I fought for mining and logging jobs, and I'll always stand